السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام را كتاب أنزلناه إليك لتخرج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور بإذن ربهم إلى صراط العزيز الحميد. الله الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وويل للكافرين من عذاب شديد. الذين يستحبون الحياة الدنيا على الآخرة ويصدون عن سبيل الله ويبغونها عوجا أولئك في ضلال بعيد. وما أرسلنا من رسول إلا بلسان قومه ليبين لهم فيضل الله من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء وهو العزيز الحكيم. ولقد أرسلنا موسى بآياتنا أن أخرج قومك من الظلمات إلى النور وذكرهم بأيام الله إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور. صدق الله العظيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. صدق الله العظيم.
My name is Bismillah Abdul. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد العمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون. فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
أجيان ما شاء الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. تكبير. توصيف كما
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
دانش.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك إن مع العسر يسرا فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. صدق الله العظيم.
أحمد. سبحان الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ولم يعون المعروف. صدق الله العظيم.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. تكبير. فرقان.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. صدق الله العظيم.
فهيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. صدق الله العظيم.
مشهود.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يئوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah. Takbir. Takbir.
So we have a few sisters also. Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Haika and I am going to be reciting Surah At-Takwir. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. إذا الشمس كورت وإذا النجوم انقدرت وإذا الجبال سيرت وإذا العشار عطلت وإذا الوحوش حشرت وإذا البحار سجرت وإذا النفوس زوجت وإذا الموءودة سئلت بأي ذنب قتلت وإذا الصحف نشرت وإذا السماء كشطت وإذا الجحيم سعرت وإذا الجنة أزلفت علمت نفس ما أحضرت فلا أقسم بالخنس الجوار الكنس والليل إذا عسعس والصبح إذا تنفس إنه لقول رسول كريم ذي قوة عند ذي العرش مكين مطاع ثم أمين وما صاحبكم بمجنون ولقد رآه بالأفق المبين وما هو على الغيب بدليل وما هو بقول شيطان رجيم فأين تذهبون إن هو إلا ذكر للعالمين لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله رب العالمين صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Misbah and today I'm going to read Surah Al-Daha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يأتيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث صدق الله العظيم. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sarah. Today I will be reciting Surah Al-Teen. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون. فما يكذبك بعد بالدين. أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aruj and I will be reciting Surah Al-Shams. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلاح من زكاها وقد كاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بالتقواها وكذبت ثمود بالتقواها إذا انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله سقياها فكذبوه فآكروه فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Safa and today I'll be memorizing Surah Al-Adiyat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالموخرات صبحا فأثرنا به نقعا فوسطنا به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير. صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fatima. Today I'll be reciting Surah Al-Buruj. Bismillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود. قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود إذ هم عليها قعود وهم على ما يفعلون بالمؤمنين شهود. وما نقموا منهم إلا أن يؤمنوا بالله العزيز الحميد الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء شهيد. إن الذين فتنوا المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثم لم يتوبوا فلهم عذاب جهنم ولهم عذاب الحريق. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ذلك الفوز الكبير. إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد. هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط. بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ. صدق الله العظيم.
We are done.
I think we are left with two more boys, inshallah. Who's next? Ayan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد لا صمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah. Takbir.
Tamjeed.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah. Takbir.
John.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم خاشعة أبصارهم ترهقهم ذلة وقد كانوا يدعون إلى السجود وهم سالمون فذرني ومن يكذب بهذا الحديث سنستدرجهم من حيث لا يعلمون وأملي لهم إن كيدي متين أم تسألهم أجرا فهم من مغرم مثقلون أم عندهم الغيب فهم يكتبون فاصبر لحكم ربك ولا تكن كصاحب الحوت إذ نادى وهو مكذوم لولا أن تداركه نعمة من ربه لنبذ بالأراء وهو مذموم فاجتباه ربه فجعله من الصالحين وإن يكاد الذين كفروا ليزلقونك بأبصارهم لما سمعوا الذكر ويقولون إنه لمجنون وما هو إلا ذكر للعالمين صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah. Takbir.
Joseph.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة حطب في جيدها حبل من مسد صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khair, my brothers and sisters. May Allah Ta'ala make you alim and hafiz and you excel both in dunya and deen. MashaAllah. Now inshallah we will come to our original program. Sheikh Bashar is here. I just want to give a brief introduction. I think most of us know him. He was the Imam of Islamic Society of Baltimore from 89 to 93. He was also, he took part in the establishment of a Noor Masjid also in Karni, which now I think in White Marsh, and there was also a Noor Institute. He originally from Syria. He was born and raised in Damascus. He went to University of Damascus where he studied Islamic studies, Arabic language and law under the mentorship of Mufti Kaftaro. So if you can tell us about him also, because we don't know much. So that's a good opportunity for us to learn about that. He has also been active in the interfaith and comparative religion here in the United States and delivered lecture at different places in different countries on behalf of his foundation and also Department of State. So we are really fortunate to have him here. And I think, Imam, you have all 1 hour, inshallah.
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
I will request all parents to please keep their children with you so there is no noise and everybody can pay attention here.
khairan. Assalamu alaikum, brother. May I invade your space? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm really honored and delighted to be here with my brothers and sisters min wara'i hijab. As the brother said, I'm originally from Damascus, Syria. I have been here for almost 30 years, waiting to come to Masjid Fatima. So now, after 30 years, I'm here. So I'm really thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'm thankful for the leadership of our brother Mufti Saab. We are honored and delighted to have him here in Baltimore. He could have had landed in a different state, but we are lucky to have him in Maryland and in Baltimore. Thank you very much for everything you are doing. Your brother is going to share with you about the topic, as well as about something I think we learn when we come to this country. As you know, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he migrated from Mecca to Medina, he changed certain behaviors as well as the Quran by itself changed. The characteristics of the Makki Quran is different than the characteristics of Madani Quran, because life changed and the situations and the circumstances changed. I'm supposed to talk today about the important issue that was, I think, sent to all of you, and that is parenting of Muslim children, challenges and responsibilities. I know that we have so many wonderful brothers and sisters who recited Quran, and also I would like to say thank you very much for what you have done in raising these wonderful future leaders of tomorrow who love to recite Quran. So I would like to thank you again for this wonderful recitation. And I know some of the sisters who recited maybe the first one, I could tell she's from the Middle East. I don't know, I've never met her, I just heard her voice. So I could see that you have diversity here, and that is very important. So the topic that I have planned here, I thought it will be wonderful to remember how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed the issue of parenting in the Quran, and how He told us an example, and that was somehow yesterday my khutbah at Masjid al-Haq. Allah told us in the Quran a surah called Luqman. Surah Luqman is about what the Mufassirun says, that this wise man, his name Luqman, he was in Africa. So he was kind of African. And today if you go to Sudan, you will see a lot of people, they call their children what? Luqman. But I've never, do I hear in Pakistan people call Luqman sometimes? Common name. So, but in the Middle East, mostly you will find Luqman in Sudan area, because he was African. Like if you go to if you go to Indonesia today, you will see a lot of people, they call their children Dhul Qarnayn. Because also Dhul Qarnayn used to be in those areas. And Dhul Kifl. So I would like to start by saying that Allah told us in the Quran about Luqman alayhi salam. وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِابْنِهِ وَهُوَ يَعِظُهُ يَا بُنَيَّ لَا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ إِنَّ الشِّرْكَ لَظُلْمٌ عَظِيمٌ. So Allah is telling us that Luqman, the first thing he told his son, after Allah told us about وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةَ أَنِ اشْكُرْ لِلَّهِ وَمَنْ يَشْكُرْ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ حَمِيدٌ. Then Allah told us that the first thing Luqman told his son was about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he is Al-Fardu Samad, الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. This is very important to explain to your child from the beginning. And then Allah told us وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير. Then Allah is telling us how it is very important to share with your children about the role of the mother and the father. And Allah is telling us in the Quran وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ means also you have to explain to your child, this is your mother. She is the one who carried you 9 months. She is the one who gave you birth. She is the one. It is your responsibility. Because in some cultures, this is not Islam, culture, people look at the woman less than the man. And the father, we want, like, you listen to me. You don't listen to your mother. You listen to me. Astaghfirullah. Allah is telling us the first thing, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ. Right away, after his parents, Allah said, حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ. So Allah is telling us, this is where also you have to start. By sharing with your children about his mother, to love his mother, to take care of his mother. Look, Baba, even if you saw I'm having sometimes some issues with your mother, but you never ever mistreat your mother. So this is where Allah is telling us, you start after La ilaha illallah, after قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Who is Allah? The characteristics of Allah. وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ. And then Allah is telling us how the children also should respect their parents when He said وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. Yes, you respect your parents. But if Allah guided you to Islam and they are still not Muslim, and they are drinking or doing whatever, I explain in a nice, in a kind way. But if they insisted, that's their decision. They have to answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But your duty is وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. You have to be very kind for them and with them in this life. The scholars have said, if somebody has a parent who drinks, in Islam we don't drink. If the father or the mother, they said, give me this bottle which is haram and has alcohol, excuse me, mama, I cannot do that. Because Allah said, you don't drink. Excuse me, Baba, I cannot do that. Yes, I should take care of you, but this is haram. If the mother or the father insisted and they were drinking, that's their own problem. But if they finished and they said to their son, take this bottle and throw it in the trash, it is your responsibility, thank you very much, it is your responsibility to listen to them. Because this is now you are not helping them with any haram. Now you are taking care of them. You see the difference? This is what the scholars have said. وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ على أن تشرك بما ليس لك به علم فلا تطيعهما. But as long as they are not doing something haram, it is your responsibility to take care of your parents, whether they are Muslims or not Muslims. Because birrul walidayn and how to be kind to your parents is not limited only if they are Muslims. Also, if they are non-Muslims, still you have to take care and to be the best to your parents. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us how Luqman told his son, Ya bunayya innaha in taku mithqala habbatin min khardalin fatakun fi sakhratin aw fi samawati aw fi al-ard ya'ti biha Allah. This is teaching about, because this is your responsibility. You are the father, you are the mother. You have to explain these kind of things to them when they are young. Look, Baba, you cannot hide from Allah anything. You cannot hide from Allah anything. He knows everything. Even if it is a small dharra, mithqala dharratin, a mustard seed of atom, no matter how small it is, anywhere in this universe, Allah knows where it is. Allah sees everything. Allah knows everything. So this is very important in our aqidah, that Allah knows, that Allah sees, that Allah is aware of everything. So Baba, even if you were hiding something from me, you cannot hide it from Allah. So Allah is telling us, this is how Luqman taught his son. And then Allah is telling us, Luqman started teaching him with akhlaq. Ya bunayya, and with his ibadah. Ya bunayya, aqimis salah. Aqimis salah. This is your responsibility. But with kindness. Ya bunayya, aqimis salah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us how to tell our children to pray. You cannot just, because some people, unfortunately, they will bring a stick, and if you don't pray, I'm going to hit you with the stick. Allah told us how to have patience. وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَاسْتَبِرْ عَلَيْهِ. Why? Means have patience also. They are maybe tired, but don't make them hate when Baba want to tell us about Salah. Some children, they will tell me, I hate when Baba want to tell me to pray, because he say it in a bad way, or Mama. So try to make it always in a loving way and in a loving manner, because you want your children to love Allah, not to hate Allah and not to hate Islam. Some people have told me, as soon as I was 18, I wanted to leave the house. Keep in mind, you are living in America. This is not Pakistan. This is not Syria. This is not Egypt. This is not Morocco. This is America. I have seen also here in this country, sometimes children will call the police, or when they go to school, will tell the nurse that, yes, Mama hit me, Baba hit me, whatever. So keep in mind, there are certain regulations here in this country. You have to be aware of that. Allah is telling us in kind way, Ya bunayya, aqimis salah. Wa'mur bil ma'ruf. Wanha 'anil munkar. واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور. This is about how to build good ethics and good
Parents, you are very well requested, please take care of your children from the back. They are making noise and disturbing us. Please have your children sitting with you.
Thank you. So I just would like to mention here how you will be able to convey these messages of the Quran to the children when you are spending time with them. When you are spending time. Because some people here in this country, which is, life here sometimes is hard. So father comes home and he is so exhausted and so tired. So when his children talk, he is not in a mood to listen, or a little bit upset, a little bit. Whatever happens, try when you are home. Sometimes the kids, they joke with me and they say, Baba, we have said this in front of you, that I will be going here, I will be going there. So sometimes they think if I'm with them, that I am listening to everything they are saying. Sometimes I'm listening, but I'm thinking of something else. Like we have, in Arabic language, we have yasma' and yastami'. Yasma' is to hear something. But when you are tastami', you are paying attention. You might be standing here and you will be here, people are talking. That's yasma'. But when you are paying attention, now you are tastami'. وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ not فَاسْمَعُوا لَهُ لا فَاسْتَمِعُوا. You listen with paying attention. Because some people, they just listen. Allah wants you to listen with paying attention. Sometimes at home, we listen, but we might not be paying attention. And your kids, and especially when they are young, they need your what? They need your attention. But sometimes that's one of the challenges. Our parents, our brothers, our sisters, they are not paying attention. I was in Europe just a few weeks ago, me and my wife laying the foundation for a program. I will be sharing that program with you in a little bit. And we were visiting a Muslim family, and she was saying, I just would like to take off. And she has only one child. I just would like to go and visit one of my friends, in Germany. They are close. She said, I just would like to go and take off from my daughter, from the responsibility. I was looking at my wife, because my wife, she will tell me, my joy is when I'm with my kids, when I'm listening, when I'm taking care of them, when I'm dropping them at school, when I'm picking them up from school. But some people, this is, a lot of issues and responsibility. I want to take off from the house. And I would like just to go and without any responsibility, just for a week, for whatever, a couple of days. Yes, they are entitled just to be on their own. But there is a difference between somebody doing what he or she are doing with love and somebody who is doing that with pressure and you see the difference? That's why Allah told us, when you are serving your parents, even don't say it. وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. Don't respond to your parent with what? And what is You will be still doing what they are asking you to do, but it's just like, Mama, please take this to the kitchen. Okay. You see? Yes, I'm taking it, but with what? With what? With what? I'd like to hear from our wonderful children who recited the Quran. With what? With what? Okay, with attitude. With what? With disrespect. With pain. With what? When I'm saying, okay, as if you are saying, you ask too much. With complaint. Yes, you didn't say anything, but that is hurting your father's feeling, and especially when they are old. إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما. Because when your father was 20 years old and 25 and 30 years old, he would go and get the things on his own. But now when he is 70 and 80 and you are complaining, that hurts his or her feeling, even if they didn't tell you, but you are hurting their feelings. Look at the Quran, how Allah, in Islam, al-kalimatu tayyibatu sadaqa. The good word is charity. Also, your smile in the face of your brother is a charity. The sister to the sister is a charity. Allah is telling us, إِذَا الْتَقَى الْمُسْلِمَانِ, when two Muslims meet, أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ مِئَةَ رَحْمَةً, Allah will descend 100 mercy. تِسْعَةٌ وَتِسْعُونَ لِأَبَشِّهِمَا وَجْهًا. 99 out of these 100 is to the one who smiled more. 99 to the one who smiled more. Because sometimes some people, they are having hard time with the smile. Always, mashallah, abusan qamtarira. Always with a frown. Brother, smile. Because when you greet your brother with a smile, you are closer to Allah if you don't have a smile. This is, in America, it's psychology. But for us, it is Quran. For us, it is Sunnah. So when we are raising our children, we have to raise them on these manners. Because Allah is telling us to tell our children, وَلَا تُصَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ كُلَّ مُخْتَالٍ فَخُورٍ. My son, do not look down at people just by changing your face. Oh, this is your cousin. Just making with your face some signs as if you are not interested. Why you are making this in your face? Because sometimes your, they call it body language, tells a lot, right? Even if you didn't say anything. The face expression. Allah is telling us, do not make bad face expression. ولا تصعر خدك. ما يعني تصعر خدك؟ يعني your cheek. Do not make face expression with your cheek. Look at the depth of the description of the Quran. Look at the depth of the description. Allah is telling us, even your cheek. Do not make body and face expression with your cheek just because this by itself, you are giving me an answer. What do you think of so and so? What do you think of Ahmed, Mahmoud, Abdullah? Well, this could be ghiba because you are making him down and his reputation. You see what I'm saying? Allah is telling us to tell our children, look, Baba, you cannot make face expression. I know today in the public schools there is a lot of bullying. It will be wonderful for us sometimes, to ask the public schools, because sometimes they invite me to talk about Islam in different schools. Once I was talking to a lady and her son was with her, and I was buying something with my wife, and I responded to her question. She asked me a question, and then we started talking, And then she said, and that's my son. So he's like 14, 13 years old. Hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And then I said, oh, she's your mother? You know, you have to take care of her. In our religion, you know, we are told about our mothers. And I started just saying only about what Rasulullah ﷺ told us, ummuka, thumma ummuka, thumma ummuk. Your mother, then your mother, then your mother, and what Allah have told us in the Quran. She was like, is this in your religion? Islam talks like that? I said, yes. She said, please tell him more. Please tell him more. Wallahi, the people are so much impressed when they hear that this is what our Prophet told us. So that's what I prepared for you. If you would like to invite your son's friend, because some of your kids are going to public schools, right? How many of you are going to public school here? Just raise your hand. Okay. So, do you meet some of your friends who are non-Muslims? Raise your hand. So, I would like, thank you. I would like to tell you, because of the bullying issue in the schools today, because we are entering a very sensitive era here in America, it will be important for you to remind your children, take this extra with you and give it as a gift to your friend. And just a cookie or a carrot or any fruit or whatever. Tell them, this is for you, from my mother. My mother packed for me too, and this is for you. Then, slowly, they will have good feelings toward this child. I'm saying that because one of the challenges we are facing now, dear brothers and sisters, is what? People are having bad words toward Islam and Muslims. You said here, we are praying at 8, right? So this is very important for us to pay attention to that. You help your child that when you go to school, how to speak, because sometimes, unfortunately, some people, I know that we are living here in this area, mashallah, a lot of diversity, but in other areas here in the United States, Muslim kids are really having some hard time. So this is why I'm saying that it is very important to help your child to reach out to his non-Muslim friends, and if you wanted to one day to tell your son or to tell your daughter, if you would like to tell your friends, to tell their parents that we would like to invite them to our house, we are having Ramadan soon, or if they would like to come and taste the biryani, we'd like to make kebab for them. I think you say shami kebab sometimes, right? The brother, he's very hungry, I guess. So we'd like to invite you for shami kebab, and then make for them some sheer khurma. You know, the brothers used to invite us for that. You don't have to say anything more than that, just to see your smile and your welcome. That will make a lot of impact for your child later on in the school. I would like just to mention here that the last thing Luqman alayhi salam told his son, he said the following, and that was the last commandments in the Quran about the issue of the children. After وَلَا تُصَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ كُلَّ مُخْتَالٍ فَخُورٍ وَاغْضُضْ مِنْ صَوْتِكَ واقصد في مشيك واغضض من صوتك. يعني when you walk in a nice pace, not running and not slow, medium. واغضض من صوتك. Don't speak in a bad way, in a loud way, in a harsh way. واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير. Yani Allah is telling us how to also tell your child, Baba, this is not nice. We don't talk like that. We don't talk like that in this house. We don't scream like that in this house. And especially when the kids are becoming 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So what I just wanted to mention to you here, that we will have challenges when our children, elementary, middle school, and then high school. Now the challenges are different. But when they are at university, the challenges is more and more. If you didn't pay attention now, when your children that age, you are going to have hard time when they are older. Some people, unfortunately, when their kids are young, they don't have time for them. And then out of sudden, when they see their manners change and their behavior change, now they would like to spend a lot of time, but their son is 18 and their daughter is 18 and 19 and 20. You need to start when they are young. Not only to teach them about what Allah said, what Prophet Muhammad said, and this and that. No, but also to let them speak their mind. Even if there are certain things that they don't understand, let them say it. Even if it did not sound to you that it is, with adab or with respect. That's why we are holding now a seminar. Next month, inshallah, I will share it with my brother, Mufti Saab, to bring our middle school, high school, college level, but each age separate, and to have like a conference. Like a conference from 9 to noon, to 12. To have a conference where they will speak with another chaperone or another adult, and let them discuss and express what's in their hearts. Not necessarily for Baba and Mama to be there. I'm running this. By the way, I do this. I didn't mention to you what I do. One of the programs that we have, we invite youth, high school students from 68 countries. From 68 countries for conferences every year. We have done now 35 conferences. And our upcoming conference is in April at the Western Hotel, BWI Hotel. From how many countries? From 68 countries. My wife tells me no, there are 75 countries, but I will say just 68 countries. That's the old count. In each conference, we have between 38 to 40 countries, like the conference coming up. And we let the students speak what's in their hearts. Okay? The conference is called Better Understanding for a Better World. But we have some Muslims and we have some non-Muslims. The interesting thing is when you look at the non-Muslims and how they were told about Islam and how they felt toward Islam. The same, I'm trying to have it right now for our children who are in the middle school, who are in high school, who are in colleges. Let them discuss issues among themselves. They need to express what's in their heart. They might be shy from you as a father, they might be shy from you as a mother. But when there is Imam this, teacher that, sister this, and they will hear what other brothers and sisters are saying, they might be encouraged. Why I'm saying this in Masjid Fatima? Because this is the first Masjid, I'm sharing this. Normally we do this with other organizations. This is the first time I'm sharing this program with Masjid Fatima for our Muslim community. Because sometimes we are not ready to take criticism. Okay? Sometimes we are not ready to take criticism. Brother, it is okay. Allah told us about Ibrahim alayhi salam. At one point of his spiritual journey, before he knows who is the creator of the universe, he thought that فَلَمَّا رَأَى الْقَمَرَ بَازِغًا, first he thought maybe the moon is Allah or God. Maybe the sun is God. Maybe this star is God. Isn't that in the Quran? Allah is telling us this is how Ibrahim alayhi salam, who is وَجَعَلْنَا فِي ذُرِّيَّتِهِ النُّبُوَّةَ وَالْكِتَابِ. All the prophets are his children and grandchildren. Allah is telling us Ibrahim himself at one point, when he was questioning everything, even questioning God himself. And then after Allah guided him, and he showed him the way, then he said, قَالَ رَبِّ أَرِنِي كَيْفَ تُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى. Okay? This is important for you. So Allah said to him in the Quran, قَالَ أَوَلَمْ تُؤْمِنْ. Ibrahim alayhi salam is asking Allah, show me a proof that you are yuhyi al-ard ba'da mawtiha. You are the one yukhriju al-hayya min al-mayyit. Show me, Ya Allah, can you please show me? How do you create dead and you create life from death? قال ربي أرني كيف تحيي الموتى. Allah didn't say, what? You are questioning my authority? Allah al-Wahid al-Ahad al-Fard al-Samad. No. He says, قال أولم تؤمن. Look at that usloob. Look at that style. قال أولم تؤمن. Aren't you a believer yet? قال بلى ولكن ليطمئن قلبي. He said, no, I am, but I just want to have more certainty in my heart. This is Ibrahim alayhi salam. What about your son? What about your daughter, who is now 10 years old, 12 years old, who is now 18 years old, now 25 years old, now because at every stage you have different challenges. At every age you have different challenges, and you have to provide answers for your children when they ask. And sometimes it is good not to have Baba and Mama always. Let them attend another seminar where people are open-minded. What do you need more open-minded than this? Allah is telling him it's okay. You want this? Okay. فَخُذْ أَرْبَعَةً مِنَ الطَّيْرِ فَصُرْهُنَّ إِلَيْكَ ثُمَّ ادْعُهُنَّ يَأْتِينَكَ سَعْيًا. Allah said, okay, then take a bird and cut him 4 pieces and put them on different mountains, and then ثُمَّ ادْعُهُنَّ يَأْتِينَكَ سَعْيًا. So this is, Allah is telling us, وكذلك نري إبراهيم ملكوت السماوات والأرض وليكون من الموقنين. That yaqeen is very important. Your child needs that yaqeen, but in a different way. You have to go to his level and answer him. You don't say, what? Because in some cultures, تعال هون يا ولد. I come from the Middle East, okay? In the Middle East, تعال هون وين العصاية؟ تعال هون. Here People ask a question. Okay, sure. But back home in that culture, always, or your uncle is talking, you be quiet. The way sometimes when your child 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, if that's how you spoke to him and you made him or you made her feel guilty or feel pressure, they might not ask anymore. And sometimes some children will tell me, I have a question, but I was afraid to ask my father. I was afraid to ask my mother. Afraid. Okay, you need to be in an environment where you are not afraid. Ask anything. Anything. This is what the way of the Quran. To ask, because the kids, and especially here, by the way, in the Middle East today, we are having a big wave of atheism. People are leaving religion. People are leaving Islam. Because they have seen so many problems in the Middle East. Believe me, atheism now is a big problem in Egypt. Big scholars from Al-Azhar are telling me about big problems of atheism in Egypt. In Egypt. Go and see some Saudi youth. I'm not here just to talk about all of that, but I just wanted you to know, in the Muslim countries today, there are a lot of atheism going on. Why? Because the children have seen certain things in the society from some quote-unquote Muslim parties or Islamic parties who have done so many, issues. And now we have a lot of fighting everywhere in the Middle East today. Some people are saying, is that Islam? Okay, I'm done with that kind of Islam. We are becoming fitnatan lilladhina amanu. So, in order for you not to become fitna for your children, let them ask. And if you are unable to answer, go to somebody else. And we have to have classes for the youth. Not only Quran class, but also class for them to ask questions. And I was in New York last week. I was giving the sermon in one of the churches. After I finished, they asked me to give the whole sermon. I thought I would be speaking. After the priest speaks, I found myself giving the whole sermon. And I was reading at the end, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا. And I'm explaining the whole thing. People came to me after that. And they were saying, this is the first time we hear the recitation of the Quran like that. Before I came to you, one lady from there, she sent me a text that I really would like to hear more about the chant of the Quran and how it is close from Tibetan Buddhism, Buddhism, Tibet, and the Zen chant. So what I wanted to say, that when I was in New York and the people were asking, I said, wow, how many churches in Baltimore we have reached out to them and reached out to their youth. There was a church here in Anne Arundel County. They asked me to come and speak to their youth. Their youth knows nothing about Islam. They say, you are the first Imam to come to our church and talk to us about Islam. They know nothing. They know nothing. In one of our conferences, one of these girls, because in my conference, it's a 5 days, one day I take them to a church, to a synagogue, and then to the mosque. And I make the mosque at the end because I want them to compare. And this girl, I didn't know. Because at the end of the conference, she came to me and she was crying. I said, she said, may I talk to you, Imam, for a second? I said, sure. So she started talking and she said, why my host family told me, don't go to this conference because it is run by an Imam and his wife. And his wife have a scarf. We saw them on a YouTube video. They are going to kill you. She said, excuse me? They said, yeah, those are Muslims, they are going to kill you. She said, no, all of my friends from other organizations and other countries are going to the same conference. The State Department will not send us to a conference where people are going to kill us or hurt us. They said, okay, we are advising you, don't go. The conference was in San Diego, because we do it in San Diego, in Florida, and in Baltimore. This girl, she is telling me on Saturday, okay? She came Wednesday, the first day of the conference. She said, I came and I was scared and afraid. The first day is Wednesday. She said, now for us, me and my wife, wallah, we didn't even remember when she came. She said, but when I came, you smiled, you welcomed me, and then your wife came and gave me a hug, and this is the t-shirt, and this is your room number, and blah, blah, blah. And then she said, I saw something different than what the people said. I just want to tell the kids at the end, it's a funny story, okay? So she said, on Thursday I heard your talk, it was good. I thought, why they are talking like that? Well, maybe there are certain things, I don't know. She said, I was observing everything you are saying, but everything made sense to me. And then the next day, you took us. Listen to this. She said, the next day you took us to a church at the beginning. I was familiar with the church. And then you took us to a synagogue, and I saw that they were organized and everything is clean, and they welcomed us. She said, and then you took us to the mosque. Now in the mosque, it was Friday, and you know how Friday things chaotic, and one shoe's here, one shoe's there. But we did our own Jumu'ah in the park next to the Masjid. And I wanted them to see what Jumu'ah like. And then they entered the Masjid. She says, when the Imam was talking to us in a different hall, before I brought them into the Musalla, she said, that was Friday, and she's telling me this Saturday. She said, then I was so scared. I said, scared from what? She said, I heard. She said, I heard somebody is saying, oh. What did she hear? Allahu Akbar. For her, what did she hear? Oh. She said, somebody is being killed in the other room. And then she says, and then I said, oh. Then somebody being tortured in the other room. Somebody, I need to go and help. She does not understand Arabic. She said, I looked at you and you were just sitting, as if nothing going on. Go and help, somebody's being killed in the other room. In her mind, what? Don't go to the mosque, they will kill you. And now she is hearing the adhan. She didn't know that this is adhan. And she does not know Arabic. And for the first time she heard somebody, to her is sounding, oh. But actually it is call for prayer. Now if I would take you to China, okay, now if I would, not now, I mean, Corona. If you have here some Chinese and they are welcoming you, for you, what do you hear? If you don't understand Chinese, Mandarin, what do you hear? I don't want to say that, but for you, like what those people are talking? Why they are screaming like that? No, they are welcoming you. Oh, really? So what did she interpret? Allahu Akbar, and then Ashhadu an la ilaha. Oh. So don't blame those people. Blame yourself because you did not explain to them. She said, and then when we entered to the mosque, and then I saw, and then I understood what the call for prayer, then I knew that this is really a religion calling for peace. So on Saturday, she was crying. She said, I have never seen as kind people as those Muslims who welcomed us, but why my host family was saying that don't go because those people are going to kill you? She said, why this kind of misunderstanding does exist? One of my wife's family will tell her when she became Muslim, is that true that in Islam you guys, you worship the moon? She forwarded me the email. She said, look what, that we worship the moon. Why? Because, you know, some of the flags of some countries, it has moon. And also, we have, you know, when they want to show about Islam and Christianity, what do they show about Islam? The crescent and the star. And they show cross for Christians and Star of David for Jews and other symbols for other religions. But for Islam, what do they have? The crescent and the star, moon and the star. So some people here in America, those Muslims, they worship the moon. I mean, just to explain to them, no, we worship Allah, the one who revealed the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, you see how much the misunderstanding, the challenge that your children are going to deal with this kind of ignorance. You have to train your children from now. You have to, this is the kind of challenge that we are going to face. I'm saying that because I see that all the time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in Surah Ash-Shura the following. Subhanallah. لله ملك السماوات والأرض يهب لمن يشاء إناثا ويهب لمن يشاء الذكور. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that your children are hiba min Allah. Hiba, yahabu liman yasha inathan. And then Allah started with what? With females. Yahabu liman yasha'u inathan wa yahabu liman yasha'u al-dhukur. In some cultures, unfortunately, if they heard that they got a child and it's a girl, they feel so upset. Right? In some countries, in some cultures. But if she had a boy, oh mashallah. Unfortunately, that's ignorance. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, يَهَبُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ إِنَاثًا وَيَهَبُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ الذُّكُورِ. He started with the inath. And also Allah told us in Surah Ali Imran, وإذ قالت امرأة عمران رب هب لي وإذ قالت امرأة عمران رب إني نذرت لك ما في بطني محررا فتقبل مني إنك أنت السميع العليم. And then Allah is telling us فلما وضعتها قالت رب إني وضعتها أنثى وليست ذكرك الأنثى. Yani she was not happy that. So I just wanted to let you know, one of our challenges today is how to correct that kind of misconception and how to make your children love Islam. But in order to love Islam, you have to give them an opportunity to ask questions. Even if these questions seemed like, because some people will say, some kids, Baba, why we pray 5 times? Why not 4 times? Baba, why not 6 times? Baba, why we have to make tawaf 7 times? Baba, why not 5 times? You have to explain. Baba, why the Quran, start from the right to the left? Baba, why Al-Baqarah is the first surah in the Quran? You have to tell them these stories. One of the sisters, she wanted to marry, and she made istikhara. The father is telling me, okay? She made istikhara, and somebody else made istikhara for her. The istikhara was questionable. And she was already talking to the boy. And then she was advised not to continue because the istikhara didn't come well. She stopped. Now this is what's going to happen with our kids. She's in her early 20s. And then after a couple of days, she was questioning. Like, do I make that decision and I left this boy just for a dream? Listen, just for a dream? I told the father, I said, you have to explain that in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deals with us and send us signals, send us inspiration, and this sometimes comes in a form of a dream. I said Surah Yusuf, the whole surah started with what? With a dream. قال ربي إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين قال لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك. So he started with a dream. And then in the middle of the surah it was about a dream when Yusuf alayhi salam was in the prison. And then 2, they had a dream. And then later on, the king himself had a dream. And nobody knew how to interpret the dream. You see what I'm saying? And then at the end of the surah, Yusuf alayhi salam is telling his father, هذا تأويل رؤياي من قبل قد جعلها ربي حقا. The whole surah started with a dream. In the middle, about dreams, and then the king had a dream, and then Yusuf alayhi salam is interpreting the dream after maybe 20 plus years. This is how Allah communicate with you. Out of mercy for you, He will show you, don't do this, or go ahead and do this. You ask Allah a question. Now if you will ask Mufti Saab, you think that Mufti Saab is going to answer you honestly. What if you asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you say, Ya Allah, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, Ma khaba man istakhar. Nobody will go wrong if you will make istikhara and asking Allah, you make. So the point is, you have to explain that to your children in a loving way. Your children have responsibility on you, and it is your responsibility to answer. And the other thing I wanted to mention, that I hope, Mufti Saab, we are going to share these seminars with you. Some seminars for middle school level, some seminars for high schools, some seminars for college and university level, because they need to ask questions. And then they need to see how we are going to work together when they grow up. And that's why I wanted to mention to you what I was doing in Europe. One of my other programs, I do speaking programs. I travel to different countries with different cultural offices in different embassies. But now I feel it is my responsibility to reach out to the communities, to the youth in Europe, in France, in Belgium, in Holland, in Germany, in other countries, in Austria, and especially the immigrants. You have a lot of immigrants now coming from Syria and refugees. Those people are, kind of lost. And in France, when I was there just a few weeks ago, interacting with the community, everybody was telling me about racism. Okay? Racism. People need to discuss those issues for the betterment of Europe, for the betterment of America, for the betterment of Southeast Asia. And you know what's happening in India right now. What is that? Racism. If you don't cure that with a lot of programs in the schools, what you are seeing in India, God forbid, is going to happen here in this country. Because we are having also a lot of people who are racist. We have something called domestic terrorism. What is domestic terrorism? Starts from racism. Starts from ignorance. As I mentioned to you about this girl who was afraid when she heard the adhan. What did she hear? Somebody is being tortured. Whose responsibility to make that change? It is your children. What kind of programs we are doing for our children? Yes, I'm like you, I'm trying to have my children memorize the Quran, but memorizing the Quran is not enough. Memorizing the hadith is not enough. Then after memorizing the Quran, you have to help them to see how they are going to apply what they have memorized when they are going to deal with non-Muslims, when they are going to deal with politicians, when they are going to deal with educators, when they are going to deal with law enforcement. This is now, you have to apply what you have memorized into daily life. Because the society outside is not like Masjid Fatima. Masjid Fatima is with wonderful Muslim brothers and sisters. But once you go on Route 40, and once you go to Ellicott City, once you go to Colombia, you are interacting with what? Non-Muslims. Thank you. And you are interacting with diversity. If we are only memorizing Quran without teaching also how to apply what you are memorizing on the street level, on the school level, on hospitals level, on universities level, on a global level, that's what we are trying to do. So the program that also I would love to share with my dear brother Mufti Saab is the program that we are having, American-European dialogue, is to help our youth to travel to Europe and meet with the youth and share their stories also. And also empower the youth in Europe to think proper way, not extreme way or not ignorant way or not a way that has nothing to do with Islam. Whose responsibility? You and you and you and me. We are responsible to educate. We are responsible to وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. It is our responsibility to reach out ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة. I hope I did not speak too much, but I will stop right here in case you have any questions to what you have heard. So please feel free to ask. And I would like also to ask my dear brothers here, those who read wonderful Quran, if they would like to ask any question. Afwan. Ahlan wa sahlan. But before the questions, I would like to ask my dear wonderful brothers who read Quran, any one of you has a wonderful joke you would like to share with us? A funny joke. Do you? Anybody from those who read? Where are those who read Quran? Because saying some nice and good jokes is also Islam, by the way. So you have one you'd like to say? Okay. I'm saying that just to let you know that also it is our responsibility to make them comfortable. Okay? To make them comfortable. You like to say a joke? Okay. Any question, please? I'm sorry? It's going to be, yani, I hope in, okay, the one is in Baltimore in April. We have a brochure, we have videos, we have website. By the way, my organization is called Civilizations Exchange and Cooperation Foundation. Civilizations Exchange and Cooperation Foundation. It is to model the verse in the Quran, Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'ila lita'arafu. We made you nations and tribes that you may know one another. So what's the question? Yes, we have. So for those who are interested to have the brochure after Salah, you are more than welcome just to put your email and I will send it to you. Or your WhatsApp. Any question, please?
Is it possible that you can, in future, to have some webinar on the same?
We can. And after I came, I said, I wish I brought our, screen and we did a PowerPoint, but maybe for next time. But I hope you can visit us. Our office is in Colombia, 29 and 108. Instead of going to Masjid al-Taqwa, instead of making a right, you make a left. And we are at the second traffic light in that Red Branch Road. So we are not too far, 15 minutes from here. Any other question, please? Okay. Yes, please.
My question is this. When we come to respect mother, sure, but what is the status of father? How much do you respect your father?
Thank you very much for the question. Allah always said in the Quran, Abawayhi, or mentioned both, and sometimes mentioned the mother, but the majority of those verses talking about parents was always وَرَفَعَ أَبَوَيْهِ, his parents. So the father has also a great mention in the Quran and by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But the mother, had a little bit more mention and more degree due to the efforts that she contribute for her child, but that does not mean the father is not. And if we think like that, that's absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because there are so many ahadith about the father as well as the mother. So we should not, take an understanding that Islam preferred the mother over the father. But there are hadith and there are ayat to appreciate the contribution of the mother, and especially when she was carrying the child for 9 months. Yes, please.
First of all, thank you for coming and enlightening us with your knowledge. My question is, you mentioned something about children being scared to ask questions. What's the best way of step forward to build that trust where the children are comfortable asking the parents questions? What should as a parent do?
Sometimes, unfortunately, we have our own culture inside the house, and we don't distinguish between culture and religion. We don't. And part of the culture, sometimes, we make the children scared to ask questions. And it is helpful in the mosques to have some youth activities that encourage the students to ask questions. That's why we are starting this kind of seminars, and to keep the kids with their own age category. Middle school together, high school together, in order to be comfortable to ask questions, because I would like our Muslim youth to be confident of what they are believing. Not, this is what my mother said, this is what my father said, but I really don't believe in that. No, I want you to believe in that, and you need to help them to be confident of their religion. I don't want somebody to go to his university and then behave in a completely different way than when he is behaving at home. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching, and that's what we need to instill in their minds and in their hearts. So just to answer your question, that's why I would like to see those kind of activities here and encourage our children sometimes to build this kind of wonderful relation with the Imam, with the brother who is in charge of these activities or that activities, or with the ladies also with this sister. And that's why I'm seeing sometimes we are having difficulties in finding trainers for our youth and leaders who are community leaders to help our youth to grow in the right way. This is really an issue within the Muslim communities, because in order to have professional trainers and leadership training, you have to pay money. And our communities, sometimes when it comes to those issues, they don't have money. We have money to build the Masjid, but you need also money for activities. And this activities is very important. We have a new program for 5 days for imams and community leaders from all over the United States, to bring them to Washington to be aware of different think tanks, different universities, and the way they are teaching Islamic studies, and the Supreme Court, for example, and how Prophet Muhammad is presented in the Supreme Court, and how the American Constitution is versus Sharia and the similarities. But a lot of our imams didn't have those kind of courses and training. Thank you very much, my brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
الله أكبر الله